Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again, and it's Sunday, so you know what that means. Time for another Market Watch video. Today is July 13th, 2025, and this is episode number 32 of the Splinterlands Land Market Watch. So we've got some new additions this week to the Market Watch. I've also added some of the items that you can craft on land as well. So we're going to be tracking how those prices go from here on out. So starting as we always do, let's start with how many plots are available for sale on Peak Monsters. Currently, there's 2,666 plots available for sale, down slightly from 2 weeks ago when it was 2,693. Individual plots on the marketplace in-game are selling for $59. There's one at that price. 2 weeks ago, there were 5 available for $64 a piece, so it's come down a little bit. Over on Hive, currently there are 2 plots available, just about $69 a piece, where 2 weeks ago there was one. The cheapest was just at 60 bucks. So looking at right around $60 if you want to buy an unclaimed plot. Tracks and regions, pretty much always the same, no movement at all. Still the 2 tracks for sale in game for $11,750, and then the region for just under $89,000. Time crystals. So time crystals have gone up a little bit in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, you could have picked up a time crystal for just over 70 DEC a piece. Currently, you're looking at almost 78.5 DEC per time crystal. Next, let's look at totem fragments. So you can see some movement in the prices of totem fragments. Some are a little bit cheaper. The one that seemed to have the most positive movement was the rares. Common totem fragments are down from $1.66 2 weeks ago to $1.44 currently. Pretty good supply available. You can see over 250 common totem fragments are on the marketplace in game. The rare totem fragments, though, really went up. $5.75 2 weeks ago. Currently, the cheapest is just under $7 per totem fragment. Epic totem fragments 2 weeks ago, we were looking at 40 bucks a piece. Currently, they are $34. And then legendary totem fragments came down again. 2 weeks ago, they dropped to $195 a piece, and currently the cheapest one in game is $174. All right, so if you're looking to just buy a complete totem, 2 weeks ago, the common totems would have run you $12.79. Currently, they are selling for $13.77. But look at the rares. So a couple weeks ago, $82 for rares. You know, they've been kind of in that $70 to $80 range. There is one available on the marketplace. It might be gone by the time you watch this video. The cheapest rare totem is $40. The next one after that is $51, and then it jumps up from there. So if you guys are looking for a complete rare totem at what I think is a very good price, go over in game and check it out right away. Like I said, I don't think that's going to last very long. It may be gone by the time I upload this video. Epic totems, you can see right around 250 bucks, pretty much the same. And then legendary totems still selling for $1,000. Okay, so for your totem claims, 2 weeks ago, 14 bucks for a common, about the same now, $13.95. No movement in the rares, still selling for $73.50 a piece. Same with the epics, no movement, $374 for an epic totem claim. But look at the legendary. A couple weeks ago, you could have got a legendary totem claim for $799. There's only 2 available on the marketplace, and the starting price is $17.50, so more than doubled for the price of a legendary totem claim. Okay, Land Baron. So if you wanted to get into the game right now and buy the 50 cheapest plots on the market, how much would that run you? 2 weeks ago, it would have been $827.47. Almost the same this week, just $7 cheaper, and you're looking at just over $16 per plot if you wanted to buy the 50 cheapest plots. All right, looking at resources. So let's look at what are the cheapest resources by type. So if you wanted to get the cheapest grain plot in game right now, you're looking at $18. That's where it was a couple weeks ago. Wood, same, 15 bucks a piece. Stone came down from right around 20 to 19, and then ore plots came down from 17 to $16. So still, you know, we're still hovering right around 20 bucks for some of these. We'll see when the next phase of land comes out. Hopefully, I'm thinking sometime in the next month or two. Haven't really heard a whole lot from Cryptomancer, but he's been quiet. He's probably hard at work, so I'm hoping we get another land update in the not too distant future. All right, so now let's look at the 5 cheapest land plots per rarity, starting with your common natural plots. So 2 weeks ago, very tight $15 to $17 range for the common natural plots. You can see the same this week, $15 to $17. So your cheapest plots are in regions 13 and 23, jungles and swamps. For $16 a piece, once again, region 23, he has 3 badlands. Region 62 has 10 swamps. Then it goes to $16.90 in region 108, $16.99 in region 118, and then finally in region 39, he has 36 plots available, 17 bucks a piece. So if you're looking to get a lot of cheap plots all in the same region, check out region 39. They are badlands and mountains. Okay, moving on to rare natural. So 27 to right around 30 bucks a couple weeks ago. There is a couple cheaper this week in region 23. He has 2 swamps available for $25 a piece. $28 in region 124 for a forest. Region 115 has 10 plots available for $28.99, 7 canyons and 3 deserts. Region 85 has 30 plots available at just under 30 bucks a piece. You can see a mix of forests, swamps, and tundras. And then finally, for $30 a piece, check out regions 7, 77, and 85. One plot of note is the one in region 77 is a lake, so that is a rare grain producing plot for $30. Okay, moving on to epics. So this week the epics dropped in price. You can see 113 to 150 were your cheapest epics 2 weeks ago. Now you can get all of them under 113 this week. Cheapest being $88 in regions 141 and 143. Next up for $99, there's one available in region 13 and region 23. $102 in region 140 for a plains. Once again, this is a grain producing plot, so just over $100 for an epic grain plot. And then $110 in region 23 for a badlands. And then finally your legendary natural plots. And there's not very many on the market. These are basically all of them. I think there might have been 1 or 2 more. But $545 in region 97 for a caldera. Region 1 has a river for $7.99. So once again, a legendary grain producing plot. You're looking at right around $800. A tundra in region 60 for $825. A badlands in region 39 for $850. And then finally a plains, another grain producing plot in region 91. But this one will cost you $1,200. All right, let's move on to your magical plots. So 2 weeks ago, 36 to 40 bucks. Currently this week, a couple at $35 in region 28 and region 44. One earth magic and one life magic. Region 97 has a plot for $36, life magic jungle. Region 141 has earth magic for $37. Region 85 has a water plot for $37.90. And then for $38, Region 85 has 27 various magical types. He has been selling a lot of plots. Region 91 has 3 different plots available for $38 a piece: death magic, earth magic, and life magic. So if you're looking for a variety of magical plots, either check out regions 85 or region 91. And another thing to keep in mind as well is these types, if they are rivers or plains, these will be able to produce grain. So keep that in mind. So it's kind of a double bonus right here. So you can use this either as earth magic, when earth magic is available for us to craft. Otherwise, in the meantime, you can use that as a grain producing plot. So I always like getting magical plots that are also able to do grain. Okay, moving on to rare magical. So 2 weeks ago, $64 to $89. Currently, the cheapest is $59 in region 44, Fire Magic. Next, regions 115 and 143 each have a Death Magical plot available for $64. Region 97 has Death Magic for $65. Region 7 has Death Magic for $75. And then Region 39 has 2 Death Magic plots for $80. So lots of Death Magic available. Okay, moving on to Epics. So your Epic Magical plots, $270 to $360 2 weeks ago. Look at this one, a lot cheaper. So in region 117, there's Life Magic for $202. A big drop off from the cheapest plot. So if you're looking to pick one up, a lot lower than every other plot, definitely check out region 117. Region 39 has 2 plots available for $270 a piece, Death Magic and Fire Magic. Earth Magic in region 102 for $275, Earth Magic in region 28 for $360, and then finally Earth Magic in region 97 for $369. And your legendary magical plots, these have been gone for over a month. So once again, there are no legendary magical plots for sale, and there wasn't any 2 weeks ago. All right, Common Occupied. So $67 was the cheapest 2 weeks ago. Now the floor is $84. Regions 27 and regions 112 each have Common Occupied. The one in region 27 is a lake, so keep that in mind. Region 91 has 4 plots available at $87 a piece. Badlands, River to Swamp. Region 85 has 8 available for $88 a piece. 2 hills, 2 swamps, and 4 tundras. And then finally, region 59 has an occupied plains available for $109. Okay, moving on to the rares. You can see there's not very many on the marketplace. The cheapest was 100 to 5,000 because these were the only 5 2 weeks ago. Once again, there are only 5 rare occupied plots on the marketplace. Currently, the cheapest is $210 in region 134. Next, in region 7, there's a bog for $250, a hills in region 136 for $264, a lake in region 132 for $299, and then finally that desert in region 44 for $5,000. Right, Epic Occupied. Once again, you can see the cheapest 5, there's only 3 available for sale. Exactly the same as it was 2 weeks ago, no movement at all. Region 91 has a lake for $700, Region 5 has a swamp for $1,100, and Region 26 has a tundra for $1,250. And then the rarest of the rare plots, the Legendary Occupied. Once again, same as 2 weeks ago, no movement on these higher, rarer plots. So Region 80 has a bog for $1,995, and then Region 29 has a forest, Legendary Occupied, for $3,900. All right, there has been movement in keeps over the last month or so. Some people have been picking up cheaper keeps. 2 weeks ago, $1,050 to $1,400. Pretty much the same range this week. There are some new additions here. So Region 44 has a keep for $999. Region 80 has a keep for $1,199. Region 85 has 2 keeps left. They were selling all 9 at one point. 2 still available for sale for $1,250 a piece. Region 28 has a keep for $1,299, and then finally Region 44 has another one available, this one for $1,375. And then finally your castle, same as 2 weeks ago, the castle in Ravenwood is the only one available for sale for $8,450. Okay, trade swap. So if you wanted to trade DEC in-game, how much of each resource would you get? So for grain 2 weeks ago, a DEC would have got you 101.8 grain. Currently it will get you 102.2, so it'll get you a little bit more. But look at the rest of these, how these have dropped. So iron, 2 weeks ago, a DEC, you could have got 3.8 iron. Now you're getting just over 3. Stone, 2 weeks ago, a DEC would have got you a little over 8.5 stone. Now you're only getting 7.1. And then finally wood. Wood, you have got 39.5 wood for 1 DEC. Now you're getting 30.5 wood for DEC. So I'm sure with the wagons being added, that contributed a lot to the changes in these ratios. And speaking of wagons, let's take a look for the first time for land items. So we're going to keep track of this going forward. So currently there are 4 things that you can craft on land. Of course, midnight potions being one of them. Currently they're selling for about 2.5 cents a piece. Fortune tickets are going, the cheapest one is 56 cents. Your auction marks are selling for $2, and then that wagon kit that I just mentioned, the cheapest one currently for sale is just over $5 at $5.09. So there you have it, guys. There is the latest edition of the Splinterlands Land Market Watch. Like I said, once again for July 13th, 2025. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying land, crafting some new items, getting your aura plots up and running. I need to do another video on my land. Once again, I just kind of move things around a little bit. I had shut my aura plot down for a while to kind of build up my natural resources, but now I've got my aura plot up again because I need to craft some aura. Because with the 4 different items available, I know I'm going to be crafting some of them. Might do a deep dive into some of the land items and the costs and which ones I think are better than others. So I was thinking about putting that together. Shortly I will be putting together my last glint buy video before the end of the season tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be doing my end of season video, but later, actually just in a few minutes after I wrap up this video, I'm going to do my last glint buy on all 3 of my accounts. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys are doing well, and as always, stay the course, keep on forging, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Take care.